Okay, background and facts. So in 1952, the Trans Mountain Pipeline was built by BC Gas and Oil, but ownership was transferred in 2005 to Kinder Morgan. Kinder Morgan has now proposed to build a new pipeline alongside the old one from Edmonton to Burnaby. So, the main product that this pipeline will be transporting is diluted bitumen. Now, there are many problems associated with transporting the bitumen. One, due to the high temperature it needs to be transported at, it has a high chance of spilling. Two, the component chemicals that make up it are neurotoxins. And three, it can cause major environmental harm. So, in August 2017, the National Energy Board actually had given permission to Kinder Morgan to build the pipeline, stating that they have 157 areas that need to be met in their project construction, and that these areas have been at least identified in the pre-construction. Well, this has caused much of an outrage among people in British Columbia. Conservationist groups, provincial governments, and First Nation people continue to protest. On August 10th, an independent lawyer was actually hired to argue that environmental impacts weren't properly taken into account. Again, they went to the courts, actually the Supreme Court this time on October 23rd, stating no modeling had been done for the effects of a bitumen spill. Environmental plans have been kept confidential to the public, and that increase in traffic of oil tankers would increase the likelihood of a spill.
So we are going to be going over the breaches within the professional misconduct and the code of ethics for this case. So this specific case, breaches 72B, because of the high likelihood of the spill, the toxicity of the oil that could cause serious health effects, and the word that there was enough modeling for the effects of a bitumen spill. This also affects Part D because of the fact that there's a history with the company of spills and not meeting the laws modeling for the bitumen spills. This also goes against Code of Ethics 77.1.2, which is the fidelity to public needs. This is shown because of their lack of faithfulness to the public. Part 3 is also in question because of the professional integrity that becomes in question because they're carrying out through the expansion in which they didn't take into account their previous Code of Ethics breaches on the previous pages. And 77 Part 2, which is a breach because the public is at risk due to the expansion of the project.
So the solutions that we've generated are 1, do nothing, 2, go to upper management and request an extension for the project, and 3, relocate just in case of an accident. So in the first case, doing nothing, that still breaches all the code of ethics and the professional misconduct that it did before. For number 3, relocating, this still breaches the code of ethics, in which is the fidelity to public needs, because could be harm to the environment and the people. And for number 2, going to upper management and keeping it internal, this prevents the engineer from breaking any of the code of ethics, and because of that, that is our decision. So we're treating this case as a tort law case, and the defendants will be the Kinder Morgan Company, the Government of Canada, and the National Energy Board. And the plaintiffs will be the BC residents, the Indigenous communities, and the environmental activists in the area. So in order for there to be a tort case, 3 of the main principles of tort have to be breached, in which there has to be a duty of care, there has to be a breach of that duty of care, and there has to be some sort of loss and or damages. So there is a duty of care in this case because Kinder Morgan is an expert in their field. There was a breach considering there was a spill, and there was damages associated with the environment and the BC residents. So we feel as a result, the court will side with the plaintiffs, in which the defendants will be liable for damages.